Hi, everyone. Ron Crider here, broadcasting from the Victoria in Vero Beach, Florida, Indian River County, with my daily update on the virus deal going on here. 558 positive cases. 603 of these are residents of Florida. 55 are non-residents. They're currently monitoring 1,072. Negative tests results were 5,710. And the number of people tested, 5,367. In Palm Beach County, there are 45 cases they're working on. Indian River County, the county that we're in right here, there are 4 cases they're working on. Martin County, 1. And in St. Lucie County, as I'm not mistaken, just 1. That's good. Only 1 in St. Lucie County. And I think I did Brevard. Yes, Brevard County, that's the county just north of us, up where Melbourne is. That's their county, and they're working on 4. Now, when we started doing this, there weren't any on the Treasure Coast where we are. The Treasure Coast, for you folks who don't know, the Treasure Coast of Florida is Martin County, which is Stewart. Fort Pierce, the county there is St. Lucie County. Indian River County is where Vero Beach is. And if you go up a little bit further to Melbourne, that is Brevard County. So this is they call it the Treasure Coast, because there's a lot of treasure out there in the ocean, just billions of dollars worth of treasure in the ocean from sunken ships. Anyway, that's kind of the box score at the moment. We take a look at the rest of the world, though. My goodness gracious, 297,000 cases in the world, 12,758 deaths so far. In Italy, the deaths were 4,825. In Spain, 1,375. In the U.S., they're currently working on 22,177 and 278 deaths. So what I'm doing today is a little bit of everything. I'm going to cover the whole gamut for Indian River County for you folks. Primarily, I do it for the folks here at Indian River and Indian River Shores, and also the people who live in Victoria Condominium, where I live, and the people up north, of course, who aren't down here and would kind of like to know what's going on in Vero Beach. So I'm going to be all over the place, so I'll just throw out the stuff that I have discovered so far today. I noticed that Apple is donating 2 million N95 masks, which is a really good thing. They're not selling them, they're donating them. And yesterday, the market dropped down to 19,173. It was really trying to get into the 18,000 mark. In my opinion, the market is simply looking for some solid ground. That's all they're doing. This has nothing to do with President Trump. It has nothing to do with the administration. It has everything to do with this COVID-19 event that's taking place. And with everything shut down and nothing being sold and nothing being built, the market is, quite frankly, in quicksand. I mean, look at transportation, the airlines. The airlines are down to like 25, 30% passenger load. Hospitality, I noticed that the Hilton Hotel the other day was 10% occupancy. A number of the Marriott hotels are closing. The Marriott Hotel in Vail, Colorado, is closing until September. So the market's just trying to find something solid to stand on. And as soon as they get that solid, everything's going to be just fine in this country. We have a really good economy. We have a lot of people working, and there shouldn't be any real issue other than the fact that we have to get through this, and we can get through this. Governor Ron DeSantis issued an executive order directing all restaurants and food establishments within the state of Florida to suspend on-premises food and alcohol consumption for their customers. They listed establishments may include, or definitely do include, restaurants and gyms and any place where there's a lot of people congregating. And it's very important that everyone follow those rules. It does not include people who are doing takeout. So you can do takeout, and we're going to tell you those places that you can pick up food for takeout or curbside delivery. By the way, I noticed that country music legend Kenny Rogers died. He was 81 years old. He died last night. And President Trump on Friday announced the administration would allow federal student loan borrowers to suspend their payments without penalty for at least 60 days, and that standardized test requirements would not be enforced for elementary and high school students until this subsides. Former New York Mayor Mike Bloomberg spent $1 billion and got nowhere. I mean, what a waste of money. Good heavens. And you know what? He had some okay things to say. I just wish he had smiled a little bit. I mean, let's face it, I was going to do this. I said I wasn't going to make this political, but so you got to know where I stand, okay? Anyway, that's the long and the short of that. So what I was saying about Michael Bloomberg, Mayor Bloomberg, he had some interesting things to say. He was trying to be more centrist, I think. As you can tell, I'm not a Democrat for sure, but he did have some interesting things to say. We did an interview yesterday on one of the radio programs our company works on with Governor Mike Dukakis, and I believe he's in his close to 85 years old. Boy, was he a sharp tack. I don't agree with all of his politics, but I certainly did understand what he was saying about where we are. It's always interesting to listen to some of these older politicians and where they were coming from. Governor Ron DeSantis ordered all the restaurants, bars in the state of Florida closed Friday and imposed special restrictions on a few places, including the home of Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago club down in Palm Beach. Disney's Vero Beach Resort will be closed as of 5 p.m. on Friday. Now, another interesting thing. Cleveland Clinic is now offering telehealth and Telehealth Express, and it's online 24/7. Go online and check it out. I set myself up on it. It was quite easy to do. It is the Cleveland Clinic. It's a great operation. They really know what they're doing. And to do, if you want to go on there and have a doc talk to you about what may be going on with you, costs you $55. It's not expensive, and there's insurance, I'm sure, involved. And if on-site testing is necessary, there will soon be drive-through testing at the Walmart parking lot in Vero Beach and Sebastian. Cleveland Clinic also has a setup in Stuart, Florida for drive-through testing. So it's a really good idea. You can actually sit there, you can see the doc, you can log in, you can find out how long it takes. You don't have to sit in a doctor's office where people are sick, or a hospital where people are really sick there. I mean, I always say, don't go to the hospital. That's where sick people are. I mean, you want to stay as far away from those places as possible. I know they try to keep them very clean and they try to disinfect them, but bottom line is people are sick and they're going to be sitting there. Another thing I would suggest, everybody should own 1 or 2 thermometers. And if you look at right on this YouTube, you will see that I have listed a link to several thermometers on Amazon, and they cost anywhere from $8 to $150. The little $8 one, it's a little digital thermometer, works really well. I have one of them. I travel with them all the time in my travel kit. And then they have the very expensive ones where they stick it up to your head and it just instantly takes a reading of your temperature. But you should always have a thermometer, and they're very inexpensive. You get it from Amazon. They'll ship it free for you if you're an Amazon Prime member. So, it'll come here in a couple of days. Normally it'd be here the next day, but because of what's going on, it's not going to happen. So take a look at the YouTube right where I've written about this video, and it'll tell you about it. I'm going to say one other thing that has nothing to do with the virus situation, but the train going through Vero Beach, the only thing worse than the train going through Vero Beach is for it not to stop here, for heaven's sakes. And I think it's my personal opinion that this train is going to happen, and it's going to make it all the way to Orlando, and I think it's really a good thing. Yes, it's a little bit scary that it's going to go, so they say, 110 miles an hour through Vero Beach. Well, I suspect that they'll probably will not be going 110 miles an hour through Vero Beach. Nonetheless, it's a very ambitious project, and I think it's going to be really good, and I think we should get behind it and support it. But there's still some naysayers out there, and they're spending a lot of money trying to figure out how to not have this train go through Vero Beach. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, this is a train that goes actually all the way from Miami up to Cocoa Beach and across over to the Orlando airport. It's a high-speed train. As you know, all of Europe is linked together with high-speed trains, and they work really well. This is Richard Branson is behind this project. They call it Virgin Train, Virgin something. Everything he has is Virgin something. But it's a really good idea, and we should get behind it. That's my opinion. And if you don't like it, that's okay. We are all entitled to our opinions. I'm afraid this COVID-19 pandemic will get worse before it gets better. And that's based on what I'm hearing the doctors say and the scientists say. I don't pay a lot of attention to what the politicians say. I listen to the doctors and I listen to the scientists, and it's my opinion that we got some time on this before it's really going to be under control, and we're going to be able to break loose and get out of our houses and go back to work, and everything's going to start up and be back to normal. Now, one thing, if you need some vegetables, you'd like to get some fresh vegetables, the place is called 5 Acre Farm here in Vero Beach. They have fresh vegetables and eggs. They will deliver them to your house anywhere in Indian River County. We've been there. We got these from them. Here's the problem. If you go to Publix, everybody and their brother has touched those vegetables. They pick them up, they feel them, they touch them, they squeeze them, they do it. I mean, hands have been all over those things. And so probably if you get them there, be sure you clean them up when you bring them home. From this place, the only hands that touch those things were the people who pull them out of the ground. They throw them in a bag and bring them to you. So you give them a call. Their phone number is 772-205-7144. And you do not have to go out there and get them. If you want to get your car and go out and get them, go ahead. I mean, they're nice folks. Go out to 90th Avenue, make a left. That's out where the big truck stop is right before you get to I-95, and go south about 3 miles, and there's 5 Acre Farm. They're only open Saturdays from 10 to 3, but you can call anytime during the week and order these fresh vegetables, and they'll deliver them straight to your house. So now that the restaurants are closed, you're going to have to rely on curbside way of picking up your food if you want to get some different food. And Francesca's Italian Kitchen on Ocean Drive is open from 11 to 8, Monday through Saturday. You can stop by for curbside pickup. Their phone number is 772-257-5540. They're new to our town, not new to the restaurant business. They had restaurants at Penn State University and in Orlando. They're a very successful Italian family, and they make really good food. And the name Francesca's Italian Kitchen is named after their daughter. And they're new to Vero, I would say, in the past 3 to 6 months. Also, the very best food in Vero Beach is the Tides Restaurant. They will deliver from 5 p.m. daily. Give them a call, 772-234-3966. There will be a phone number up here. You'll be able to see that. So I'm not selling anything. I'm not pushing anything. This is not a commercial. I'm just letting you know some of the options that are available if you don't want to leave your house. And that's a good idea. That the whole idea of this is to not leave your house. Around the world, the pyramids are closed in Giza in Egypt. Taj Mahal is closed. The Eiffel Tower is closed. Hey, the whole world is shut down. So we hear bad news about the lack of masks, ventilators, protective garments. And I have to tell you what, it's way too soon to figure out what to do about this. It's way too soon to figure out when this is all going to be over. And they're going to be talking about this for a long time. I don't care if we had 50 million masks right now. There's still somebody is still going to not have them, and they're going to complain about it. And we hear about it. We don't hear about the people who get things. We hear about the people who don't get things. So I'm sure that the administration is working desperately to get this stuff out. The last thing they want to do is for somebody to get on the radio or TV and start talking about the fact that people can't get the stuff they need. Yes, there is a shortage. We were never geared up for this, but it's happening. And I have to tell you, it's good that everything will be available. But even if there were 15 million available, it probably still wouldn't have them. And somebody wouldn't have them, and they would be complaining about it. And so all I want to do is leave you with something good today. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says impossible. Spell it. I am possible. I am possible. Impossible, right? You know who said that? It was Audrey Hepburn, of all people. Can you believe that? Okay, Ron Crider from Vero Beach, Florida. If you like this video, give me a like. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more of these. And I'll be back again tomorrow with more things like this. Have a great day.